when I look at my fellow OSINT researchers in law enforcement,
Yeah.
I would say the majority is female.
Yeah.
But not everybody is as fond of being in the spotlight. Like, I'm publicly known. People know my face. People know I'm Tech Lisette. Not everybody likes being in that kind of daylight. So I think there are quite some women out there which we are not familiar with, or we don't know them because they choose to stay in hiding. The whole discussion if there are too little women out there in tech or in OSINT, I find it very difficult because it has to do a lot of with how you grow up. Because when I was a child, I used to play with Barbies, but my mom was the biggest computer freak I knew. So she was actually teaching me how to do, like, how to play a game on a floppy disk using just the command line in Windows. And she actually taught me a lot of the things I still do today. But if you don't have that person in your life, that mom or your or dad or other people who have a educational role in your life, it can be a teacher on a school as well. If they don't offer you the opportunity to sniff whatever a computer can do, I think it can be really challenging. I think a part of why women are maybe not so big in cybersecurity and computers, etc., is maybe because people tend to think that girls like other stuff.
Yeah.
So at a young age, they get a lot of other things than a computer in front of their nose to play with.
I mean, I don't want to get into the politics of it, but I think if I look at my wife and myself, she would be a million times better at social engineering than me because she has this ability, uncanny ability, to be able to sum up someone just by looking at them, and I'll never see that. So, do you? I mean, I'll just use her as an example. Are there certain attributes that like ladies have that would be a huge advantage in like OSINT? I mean, I think social engineering, my wife would be a million times better at that than I would.
When looking at females in general, maybe people think that there's a lower risk that we might be dangerous. So people tend to believe you a lot sooner probably than, let's say, a bold guy.
That hurts.
Micah,
That hurts.
No offense.
No offense. No offense.
At least he didn't say with a beard, because that's a
true.
1-2 punch.
Yeah, sorry, you guys have to leave the conversation now.
Yeah, pretty much. You're absolutely right, David. I mean, the social engineering uses a lot of OSINT to get that backstory, to get to get the data points to support the whatever trust type of ploy that you're going to do. And women not only have as a whole have a great investigative spirit, but they also are more believable actually carrying off those social media and those social engineering types of engagements.
If I would walk into a store and say, "Oh, can I please use the restroom?" there's a higher risk or a higher chance that they will let me go in there.
For sure.
Than, let's say,
Steven.
Let's say Steven. Just because you can laugh and you can like smile a little and they will let you go. But we're a wolf in sheep's clothes.
And that's a good point, Technisette, that, I mean, we're talking about, well, you mentioned being public versus being private. A lot of people that do amazing open source intelligence work do not seek the limelight because of the sensitive targets that they're working with. When you're working with a organized crime or some kind of government that has some authoritarian types of reigns, or maybe you're investigating hit squads that have been sanctioned by government employees or by some government, you are less likely to say, "Hi, I'm Micah Hoffman, and I'm researching that country's hit squads publicly," because now the target's on me. So there are a lot of people that are not as public as we are with OSINT.
Yeah.